Captain, enemy ships decloaking off our port bow.
They're charging weapons!
Shields up! Red alert!
They're firing!
Containment failure detected. Warp core breach imminent.
Welcome to Warp Core Breach, Episode 0. On this episode, we'll be doing introductions. You'll get to know all about what Nick and David have in store for the show. You'll get to hear from our contributors, and we all settle in to enjoy the ride.
Warning. Warp core breach detected.
Welcome to Warp Core Breach, a podcast about Star Trek Attack Wing and the people who love it for what it is.
And hosting the show are two such people. I'm Nick.
And I'm David.
Watch out for that crit. Warp Core Breach aims to bring people together to share their love of Star Trek Attack Wing. We want to highlight the various aspects of this game, and with the help of our contributors, we'll go from the kitchen table to the World Championships, from homebrew missions to ongoing campaigns. There are many ways to play Attack Wing. For the purists, there's Fleet Pure, Ship Pure, and Penalty Pure. And for everyone else, unrestricted play means anything goes. Whichever way you like to play, that's okay. We've got something for everyone. Nothing escapes the Warp Core Breach.
As you may have guessed, that's the mission statement of Warp Core Breach podcast. And now here to tell us a little bit more about himself, it's Nick.
My name is Nick Norris, and my Trek background for the gaming community goes back into Star Trek CCG from Decipher. Been doing that for the last 20 years, including tournament organizer. And came into Star Trek Attack Wing back in early 2014. A little late, but I catch up fast. Now, there wasn't much of a community in my area here in Vancouver, BC, in Canada, but I decided to start one up myself. And since has grown to over a dozen players. I also participate in the Facebook communities, and I'll be bringing you different perspectives on cards, combinations, and interactions. I'm really looking forward to sharing my insights with all of you and having the opportunity to respond to your feedback.
Thanks, Nick. Glad to have you on board. I'm David Montgomery. I'm a player in Central Valley, California. I play at Battleground in Modesto and Gateplay in Hilmar. I've been playing Star Trek Attack Wing since it came out in September of 2013. I have far too many ships for my own good, but that's okay. I've been an active member in the Facebook and Board Game Geek communities. You may know me from State of the Federation or the Shipyard videos. You may also know me from the collection segment on Trek Talking. Basically, I'm the guy that's just about everywhere when it comes to this game. My goal for this podcast is really just to be someone who brings a passion and excitement for all kinds of to have a welcome environment where no matter what you like, you feel like you're at home, and we're going to do our best to be something different here. I've spent a lot of time as a tournament player, but I also love playing missions, and I think there's a lot of aspects of this game that you miss if you only play in tournaments. So we're here to highlight all the different things in this game and show you that there's more to it than just one small aspect. Our plan for this show is to be a bit of a variety hour. We're going to have a bunch of contributors doing their own segment, highlighting what they know best. So if somebody's an expert in missions, that's their segment. If somebody loves coverage of tournaments, that's what they're going to be doing. If somebody is great at building off-the-wall fleets, well, that's what their segment's going to be all about. So here's some contributors to tell you about what they're going to be doing.
Greetings, Warp Core Breach listeners and Star Trek Attack Wing players. I am Bane of Borg. I am a player in Morgantown, West Virginia. The venue I play at is called the Four Horsemen. I'll be reviewing the OP events as my segment for Warp Core Breach. I'd like to introduce the OP event. We'll review fleets that are played. We'll examine the rounds as they unfold. We'll discuss key tactics and problems and issues that arise for the players. We'll reveal outcomes. We'll sum up player opinions. And finally, in closing, we'll offer whatever tactical advice derived from playing and watching the OP event unfold. So that'll be my contribution as Bane of Borg for the Warp Core Breach Attack Wing show. Thank you for listening.
Hi there. My name is Francisco, and On our little corner of this podcast, we're going to be covering a campaign that myself and a few other players ran here in New Zealand, including mostly all aspects involved, from getting new players into the game and mission design, how to properly run a campaign, and all that stuff. And I hope to see you there.
Do you have drive and determination? Do you have a zeal for exploration? Does life on board a starship appeal to you? If so, I want you for Starfleet Academy. Head on down to your local recruiter's office today and join a proud tradition of service. Lieutenant Commander Data saved the entire crew of the USS Enterprise E in less than 10 seconds. We dare you to do better.
Paid for by the Starfleet Commission for Recruitment.
Hi, this is Dave Griffin. Each episode, I'll talk about a Star Trek Attack Wing mission, a short description, which factions are playing, any rules or terrain, and whether it's worth playing. Tune in then.
Hey guys, David Walton from the I'm Not Picard blog will be a faithful contributor. In his segment, he'll be going faction by faction to look at strengths and weaknesses in different aspects of the game, from defense stacking to the ability to mess with opponents, and attack efficiency, as well as many other things. He'll look for the factions that truly pack a punch, and the ones that are best left on the shelf or for mission play. When he looks at new releases, it'll be in terms of what they add to the faction, rather than their relative strength in the game. So stay tuned for more great faction-by-faction analysis by Walton.
Hello, my name is Alexander Jamal and I am from York, United Kingdom. I will be sharing with you my various homebrewed scenarios, and favourite ships, favourite moments, and what I play the most, which is usually the Dominion, but I do like to throw it up with different types of ships and different types of builds every now and then. Most of the time my group plays faction pure, but we will be experimenting with mixed faction cards as soon as we can quit the whining. I hope to be contributing more often, and have a lovely evening.
So thank you again for listening. We appreciate it so much. We hope you'll come back. Know that this is a learning process, and we are always open to constructive criticism, feedback of any kind.
Warp core breach in 10.
Please let us know
9,
what you think of the show.
8,
and we're going to get out of here before this thing
6,
blows.
5, 4,
This is Nick.
3,
And this is David.
2,
Ejecting the
1.
core.
Warp core ejected.
Warp Core Breach is produced by Nick Norris and David Montgomery, with additional content from our contributors. Our computer is voiced by Corinne Donnelly. We are neither affiliated nor associated with WizKids Games or CBS Paramount. All sound files are used under Creative Commons 3.0 by attribution. For specifics, please visit our Facebook page by searching Warp Core Breach Podcast. If you want to contribute to the show, let us know on the Facebook page, or you can email us at warpcorebreachpodcast@gmail.com.